Hello and welcome back to my Planet Coaster video series. So today I'm starting off with the bit of work on the battlements, adding these tiled pieces to the top section. Just trying to get them lined up at the right place, which is on the separation line between the two wall sections. Later on I discover the copy tool, which would have made this a lot easier, just doing a ring around it and then copying that piece and pasting it onto each one of them. I think I do actually use that later on in the video, so it's certainly sped the process up. Lovely sunset in the background there, which looks awesome. So just putting on these last few roof tile sections to complete the tops of the battlements. And the walling was looking a bit two-dimensional and flat, so selected a few more wall pieces just to raise it out a bit, get a bit more depth. Not lining up perfectly at this stage. And then I move on to some windows at the top section. Now this was a case I was just flicking around. I was kind of lining them up, what I thought I was lining them up. A little bit of a fine adjustment there, testing out some of the different size pieces. And then after I think I'd placed these on almost all four sides of pretty much every single one, I realised that they are effectively, well, some are higher, some are lower, just completely out of line. So once I had got those all lined up, which as you saw there took about 15 minutes of just faffing around using the fine-tuned tools, which are very good, using the X key. Then add in some extra windows. I only did these on one side, just the side pointing out. Again using the fine-tuned tools. I noticed that I had a nice white line going down, so I could position them in between the open windows below. And then I selected these pieces, looking for somewhere to put them, and I ended up adding them to just around all of the windows that I put into the top section. And yeah, I think they look quite good in the end. Again, it would have been better if I'd known about the copy facility at this point. I could have just placed 4 of them around one of them, made a copy, and then dropped it onto every single one. Would have been so much quicker. Yeah, I will use that wooden scaffolding at some point, just didn't look good at that stage. Obviously we need some flags on here somewhere, and some lanterns. Lanterns are required piece of equipment. So with these flags, I thought I'd put in a roof piece and position it on the top, but it's just the flag's not big enough for that section. Sticking a few rings around, which are probably unnecessary. You're not really going to see them, but I'm just trying to add a few finishing touches so that the walls don't look so flat. I like these gold crests. I think they work quite well. And then I did end up putting a few flags next to them, just above the entrances. Again, I think that works. And just having a look at some of the other editions, see if they will work anywhere, which I don't believe they do at this stage. Back to that scaffolding bit, so I will definitely use it at some point. I think that's like the third or fourth time in the different videos that I've grabbed it and tried to position it somewhere. Okay, so I'd had enough of that. Moved on, or back to the terrain tool. Noticed that my path had got these little black lines all over the place, and I think it's because it was using two different types of pathways, natural pathways. So I just went around and made them all using the same piece, and then got the terrain paint and painted it in. For some reason, when I selected the already coloured grass section, it didn't change the natural path from like the sandy colour to the grassy colour, which was a bit odd. And then just painting in a bit of here and getting that all sorted. And now I move on to something completely different, back to the terrain tools. I decided that in this middle section, I wanted, instead of having I was considering having a ride in here, and maybe could still have a ride. But then I thought, in the middle of a castle, you normally have like a keep in the centre, so I wanted it to be raised up. So just doing a bit of terraforming here, giving myself a platform to work on. So trying out the chisel tool that kind of works. I'm not sure if that really made a massive difference to what I was doing. I'm not sure how I'm going to get a pathway up to this if I decide to go that route. But yeah, so now I've got that section, I start building a new building, and I realise at this point that you can copy, so I make use of it. Trying to add all of the pieces that I would want to be copied. Including any decoration-y bits like I did on the outside of the castle. Trying to keep with the same theme. In fact, on this one I put these roof tiles around the top section as well, and I end up liking that, so I go back later and add it to the top of all the other ones. Yeah, so initially I made a copy and then realised that I'd come out of the building, so I couldn't just attach it. I did the same again here. I was trying to make it fit, and then stupidly realised that whilst I'm editing the original building, I can select everything, and when I paste it, it will be on the same grid as the original building. So that obviously means go around and selecting each individual piece one at a time. Hopefully this will become easier. I think there is a multi-select section which is not available at this stage. I've no idea if this is what it will do, but if it is, that'd be great. For buildings like this, it certainly speeds up the development, because you know these are in line. They're on the same grid. Just a bit more of the terrain tools to make sure that they actually have a foundation to sit on. And then again, I can put in a few wall pieces, how I want them to be, a couple of windows, which for some reason didn't want to position themselves directly on top of one another, which I found a bit weird. And again, using these tiled roof pieces to give a bit of depth to the outside of the building. I realised that I was too far forward on those pieces, and the tiled roof section wouldn't have been popping out at all. And I can make a copy of all of those and copy paste on each of the angles. That last piece, pop it back in, and in pretty quick time I think I've got a pretty decent looking keep. Just needs a doorway, which obviously isn't a usable doorway, but then I'm not sure if I will make this a building that people can go inside. I might put a ride inside and then put a little pathway going up to it. I haven't decided on that yet. I liked the idea of using these, but then I realised that the spacing between the windows is not the same as you go across, so they wouldn't have worked. There would have been gaps in between each one, so we got rid of that and went back to the trusty old window pieces that I've used on the outside of the castle. But again, with the copy tool, you can make a line of them. In fact, I did the entire section one at a time. I mean, this didn't take too long, to be honest. I think now I realise that instead of doing more, I could just copy, and drag it up, position it, and drop that in place, and then do the same on the other side, although it's too big to fit in that section. Yeah, that's where you needed to select 10 of them, really. So that copy tool is just saves so much time. And onto the roof. Now, these are there is no kind of castle brick type roof piece. There was these tiles that I didn't really like the look of when I started playing around with them, but I thought I would drop them in to see what they would look like. And I'm still in two minds about this, to be honest. There was no pieces to finish off the top of it anyway, so I just went back with those. Then as I was adding these battlement sections, top sections, I forget what they're called. Just looking at this roof, I don't know, it didn't look right to me. So I tried some different things to try and make it work, but in the end I just got rid of it. I just went with a standard flat roof, which even that I struggled to get the first piece in place. But yeah, on the whole I'm kind of happy with that keep. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put a ride inside or just have it as a visual centerpiece. But yeah, because I added these roofing pieces to the top of the keep, I decided to copy them and drop it onto each of the other ones, which is so much quicker, and if I'd known that earlier, that would have saved a lot of time with what I did at the beginning of the video. But that's it for now. Just scrolling back, having a look, enjoying the sunset. So thanks for watching. If you want to leave any comments below or a like, that would be much appreciated. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.